Most people moving to South Florida make the same common 5 mistakes, and in some cases could cost them up to tens of thousands of dollars. And honestly, the worst part is most buyers don't even realize they made the mistake until after they move here. In this video, I'm going to break down the common mistakes buyers make all the time to help you avoid those mistakes. What's going on, everyone? This is Noel. I help out a lot of relocated buyers move from different states to South Florida, and I see the same common mistakes happen over and over, and I felt it was time to make that video, and today's that day. Because moving to Florida is completely different than any other place. The lifestyle is different, the costs are different, and just the home buying process is different as well, depending where you're coming from. And me being from New York and living here 10 years, I could tell the difference. So let's get right into it. Mistake number 1, underestimating insurance. Now, the first mistake, and it's the most biggest shock to people, is underestimating the cost of insurance. A lot of buyers come here from different cities and states and are used to having that information up front. But in Florida, it is completely different in how things are handled. When you look at the breakdown of what could really impact your home insurance, you have to look at a variety of items: wind mitigation, roof, flood insurance, depending on the zoning. There's so much information that could go into these details that could impact your monthly cost, whether you get something on the lower end, medium end, or the higher end. And I see this happen all the time. Buyers want to move forward with a property until they realize what the cost of the insurance is, and that changes their mood and the trajectory of the deal all the time. And honestly, this next mistake is what gets buyers to start regretting they move here to Florida. Mistake number 2, choosing the wrong area. A lot of people move to South Florida and only focus on the house itself. They see a nice kitchen, nice pool, nice backyard, but they don't really look into detail more the community or the area itself. And that's a huge mistake I tell people all the time when they do that, especially if you're looking on Zillow. Because your day-to-day matters, and this could impact your lifestyle depending where you purchase your property. You might save a little bit more money if you move further west, let's just say, but then what about your commute to work? You're saving pennies to the dollar, but then you have to drive 30 to 45 minutes just to get to work. Can you see yourself doing that every single day? Or maybe you see an area that looks good online, but doesn't really fit your criteria and your day-to-day living. That's why picking the right place matters, as well as finding the right property. You got to find that balance. I always recommend guests. My number 1 rule that I tell any buyer or even renter, depending on their goal as buying in that same area in a year or two, here's what I always recommend. Look at what properties fall in your criteria and how much they go for in the area. And then pencil it out. How far is it from your friends and family? Your lifestyle. If you're someone that plays pickleball, how far is the nearest pickleball from that home to that area? How far is it to the gym, the schools, your work? Like, you have to look at everything as a whole and not just the property itself. And this is what I tell buyers all the time. Don't just buy the house, buy the lifestyle. Mistake number 3, ignoring HOA rules. You see, for buyers that move here to South Florida, they don't really understand the rules and regulations. And even for some buyers here in South Florida, a lot of communities here in South Florida are HOA heavy and restrictions as well. Meaning there are a lot of communities, whether single family, condos, townhomes, or villas, are governed by HOAs. And there are a lot of restrictions when it comes to them, such as certain amount of cars you can have in your driveway, pet restrictions, type of color your home is painted. There are endless things I could make a video on regarding HOAs and restrictions itself. And you see, here's the kicker to this. A lot of buyers don't really look into this detail until after they have purchased the property and already moved forward and got approved with them. And trust me, this next mistake can get very expensive. Real quick, guys, if you're enjoying today's content and you want a relocation guide on what's best for your budget and lifestyle to avoid any of these mistakes, comment below or follow me on Instagram or message me here in the comment section and we could discuss further. Let's get back to the video. Mistake number 4, only looking at the home price. A lot of buyers make this common mistake where they see a property online or from the list their realtor send them and say, oh, look at this home, it's $500,000. I could afford it. But they don't really look at everything else that comes around with that $500 price tag. They don't really look at property taxes, insurance, maintenance, HOA, and other key things, utilities. The list goes on. And let's be real, in South Florida, these things add up fast. Perfect example, a roof. A roof has been the #1 issue within the past few years because of a lot of these properties that were built in the 70s, 80s, and 90s have original roof that's been over 20 plus years. And now these days, a lot of associations and even insurance are not covering it, leaving it to the owner, which means you as a buyer, if the seller's not paying for that roof itself or give it some form of concession, you're stuck to have it buying a property with a roof that could cost you $20,000 to $30,000+ on top of whatever you pay for that property. In some cases, you will not even get approved for a loan depending on the type of loan you get, whether it's FHA, conventional, or VA loan. So really, your monthly payment could vary depending on the property itself besides just the purchase price. And mistake number 5, waiting too long. This is such a common mistake renters or buyers in general say all the time. I'm going to wait until the market gets better. I'm waiting for whatever reason. We all see what's happening in the world every day. Inflation, prices going up. Just look at COVID. Buyers were getting outbid left and right when the market was good at the time. The longer you wait, the longer you put yourself deeper in the hole. You decide to wait a year or two. Right now, rates being, let's say, at 6% as I make this video. A year or two down the road, rates could jump up to 10-15%. Now what? Your $5,000 mortgage payment, let's just say on a basic single family home for everything, becomes $10,000 to $15,000 now. All because you wanted to wait, because you felt the home prices were overpriced. There has been a lot of statistics showing that market prices are dropping, but not as what people thought was going to happen back in 2008, if you remember that time. The market has officially spoke and properties are correcting themselves accordingly. Homes that are fully renovated, as an example, those are the ones that are selling for top dollar because those are what buyers are looking for in today's market, and they see the property they want and they go for it. They do not wait. And what I always tell buyers all the time is, don't buy just off the baseline. Go based off what you feel is best for your pockets financially as well as your lifestyle. So if you see that opportunity, take it and run with it. Don't wait. And here's my final thoughts really. Florida is an amazing place, especially here in South Florida. I'm originally from New York and I love New York. But at the end of the day, this is my home now and I love this city. I don't see myself moving anywhere else, and I'm glad this was a decision I made 10 years ago. But at the end of the day, it's a lifestyle. Not every city is good for most guests. Where I live at in Coral Springs, which is west of Fort Lauderdale, about 25 minutes away, I love this community. It's family oriented. It is beautiful. It is well maintained and upkept. That might not be a lifestyle for people. There's no clubs. There's no nightlife over here. For those people who are looking for up and coming but want that feature both up and coming, good for young couples but still have that party lifestyle, I would recommend, for example, Hollywood. I wouldn't recommend Coral Springs, or even better, Fort Lauderdale if you want to pay a premium. But if you can't afford the premium but want to take a little downgrade down, I would say going to Hollywood. Hollywood's not a bad area. I love Hollywood. I used to work in Hollywood. But you see, I understand the community because I was around these different areas for many years, as well as work with different clients based off of their lifestyle and their budget. So if you're thinking about moving to South Florida, whether it's next month, 6 months, a year or two, doesn't matter. Let's connect. I would love to help you out in any way I can and guide you on the right place to fit your lifestyle and your budget. Make sure to subscribe for future content. Subscribe for the truth and none of that fluffy stuff. and I'll see you guys at the next video. Peace out.